this is a pre-introduction before the introduction. I just want to warn you, this is going to be so much fun. I've got to give you a health and safety warning. There's going to be some videos and there's going to be some quite fast flashing lights. If you have a problem with fast flashing lights, you know who you are. Close your eyes or leave the room. It's just in the videos. Everything else should be absolutely fine. All right, if you have any questions about that, just pop down the back. But are you ready to start? All right.
Finalmente chegou o momento.
Finally, the moment has arrived.
A borboleta lança-se a seu novo ambiente. As alturas que agora são possíveis através da transformação no que sempre foi concebida para ser.
The butterfly launches into its new environment. The highs that are now possible through transformation into what it was always meant to be.
Nada vai segurá-la, fazê-la voltar.
Nothing will hold it back.
Quando as multidões tornaram impossível para os amigos do paralítico levá-lo a Jesus, eles romperam o telhado da casa onde Jesus estava.
When the crowds made it impossible for the friends of the paralytic to get him to Jesus, they broke through the roof of the home where Jesus was.
Nós também podemos romper telhados, podemos levantar o telhado em novas formas de mover e estar no mundo.
We too can be roof breakers. We can raise the roof into new ways of moving and being in the world.
O que estava preso foi libertado.
What was bound has been freed.
Vamos corajosamente parecer, agir como, conhecer a nós mesmos.
Let us boldly look like, act like, know ourselves.
Ser as pessoas curadas e libertas que realmente somos.
To be the healed and freed people we truly are.
Welcome to the final day of conference. We have arrived and it's time to celebrate.
The MCC has experienced many transformations over our near 50-year existence, and our world has transformed as well. Many of us could not see marriage equality in so many countries. We have experienced many advancements in the recognition of the lives of LGBTQ people and our allies.
But we all know we still have so much more ground to travel in obtaining the dignity and safety of everyone who dares to dance in the Rainbow Tribe. So rather than travel by ground on this sacred journey toward our liberty, how about we fly?
This morning we invite you to celebrate through your dance, your movement, your laughter, and your light, our religious liberty to be an inclusive rainbow tribe. Show your thanksgiving and praise to God for MCC's past, present, and wonderful future for a beautiful and bright people. Welcome to Club Emerge.
Don't hate me 'cause I'm beautiful. And where beautiful.
Welcome to Club Emerge. Woo! We're about to have a rave up in here, MCC style. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the term rave, it's a word that describes a high energy dance party, and that's what we got right here. We have so much to celebrate and be thankful for. So this is how we're going to begin our day together, because this is the day that our God has made. And we will rejoice and dance and be glad in it. I don't know about you, but I'm glad to see another day. And I don't intend on wasting it on doom and gloom. I don't have time for that. In fact, none of us have time for that.
You've ever seen before, but trust me, at Club, we know how to get our praise on. This will be the worship experience that will guarantee to make you feel the Spirit from the tips of your toes to the top of your crown. So all you divas and queens out there, go ahead, wear your crown, because you are royalty, baby.
That's right, that's right.
Each of you is a beautiful baby. And now it is time to celebrate the real royalty in the room. The royalty among us. Lift your hands as you are able, and bow your hearts as we lift in prayer to the one who made us beautiful. God of our dance, God of our song, God of our celebration, fall fresh upon us and help us to soar to new heights, unafraid and unashamed. We relinquish ourselves into your presence and feel you in our bodies. Bless you as we intend to be a blessing towards others. And we all say,
Amen.
Amen. Kick it. Yeah. Bring that in. Here we go. Yeah. Are you feeling the love, MCC?
borboleta que foi libertada de seu casulo está pronta para voar. Somos como essa borboleta, pronta para abrir as asas como o nosso verdadeiro eu.
As a butterfly that has been set free from its cocoon is ready to fly, we are like that butterfly ready to stretch our wings as our true selves.
Agora, a fim de voar, você deve ser livre.
Now, in order to fly, you must be free.
A fim de ser livre, você deve amar a si mesmo.
In order to be free, you must love yourself.
Once you love yourself, honey, you are free to love others.
I am from Detroit, where, good morning. I am from Detroit, where we know good music and dance. But I had to travel to Victoria to experience Club and Merge. But I also traveled to Victoria to introduce the Grand Diva from Vietnam. She has a message that will inspire and challenge us today. So please welcome to the stage, Shangalola, or as her close friends call her, M. Butterfly.
Mic check. One. Check, check, check. What's up?
Let us pray. You're the one in whom we live, move, and have our being. Bless today the message of your butterfly, that it may inspire us to fly to new heights. And all of God's butterflies said, Amen.
Come on, let's go, let's go.
Children, gather round, children. Come, come. I have a story to tell. You see, in the days that I lived in Detroit, back in those days, times are hard. You see, Detroit is a city with many division lines. Many, many division lines. I was from the east side, and we were fabulous and fierce. And we used to love to throw shade on those girls from the east. But I tell you what, at the end of the day, we would all gather together at Palmer Park, at Woodward and 6 Mile, and we would have our dance off. and we would gather for our ballroom dances. Oh, not the type of ballroom like Arthur Murray or Lawrence Welk, mind you. These were the type of ballrooms we learned who we were. Our beauty on the inside. We would have competitions to see how straight you could present, how much you could butch it up, or simply how fabulous you were. Now, of course, I always took home the grand prize. But as we were out in the parks, we got so tired of those police officers harassing us and kicking our asses. But we stayed together. We were strong. And our house mother in our ballroom taught us that you are a grand creation of the living God. And honey, God is the great artist that paints a canvas in the sky each and every day that is different. And this artist knows where every stone, every pebble on every mountain is located. So, if this great artist is that creative and that intelligent, why would I think I am a mistake? God does not make any mistakes. This is who I am. This is who I've always meant to be. I had found my Shangri-La. And so thus they called me Miss Shangri-Lola. So, one day I came home to that woman who birthed me. And she decided one day she was going to clean my room. She never cleaned my room. She barely took care of anything else. What she was doing that day, she was snooping. And when I came through the doors, she had my red pumps in her hand. And she beat me with it, beat me down until my lip burst open with blood. Well, at least one thing, I realized that the pumps were the perfect shade of blood red. But I had to leave because this woman who birthed me told me she didn't know, commanded me. She did not want any sissy in her house, and I was to never to return. So, without time to pack a bag, I immediately left. And fortunately, that great creator in the sky, that great artist, looked out for me and sent an angel my way in the form of Miss Ruth Ellis. For those of you who know nothing about Miss Ruth Ellis, she was out, a proud black lesbian in the 1930s, y'all. Fierceness was her middle name. And she made it a mission to take in the children when they had been kicked out or when life got too much and they could stay no longer and they ran away. And she opened her arms and said, "Come to me, baby. I will hold you. I will protect you. I will love you until you can love yourself. I will care for you until you can care for yourself. I felt safe, as if I was in a cocoon. It was fabulous. Shortly after that, us girls, we moved to New York City and moved to the village. Again, we were tired of that drab Detroit, and we wanted something more fabulous. So we moved to the village, and you should have seen the fierceness in those queens as they strutted up and down the street like it was nothing. Absolutely nothing. There was no hiding. There was no shame. I learned a lot from those girls. And we used to all meet at the bar until one night. Sorry about that, sweetie. Until one night, the door busted down. And here come those cops in with their bully clubs, ready to play baseball on our skulls. But you know what? Something was different. Being in that environment that was so protective, it taught us something. That you know what? We're not going to take this. We're not going to stand here. In fact, what happened was we started a riot. On that first day, we fought back. On that second day, we fought back. On that third day, we fought back. We had it. We had it up to here, and we're not going to take it anymore. And so, we decided to come together. And I tell you what, there was something about that experience that truly transformed me. I indeed felt like wings were getting ready to sprout. It was like a development time, if you will. To finally have the courage to say, this is who I am. God made me to be this way. And if God is pleased, who are you? Shortly after that, I moved to New Orleans because I had come into myself. And it was at that point that we were gathered at the bar, and I saw this little flyer that, are you interested in God? Are you seeking peace? Do you need more love in your life? Then come to the church service that we have here weekly. Church service? In a bar? Who had heard of such a thing? What kind of godless heathens were gathering to worship in a bar? I may be in development, but I ain't no dummy. But there was something about that flyer that spoke to my inner being and said, girl, you should check that out. And so I did. And it was a group of individuals, some 3 letters. It was kind of hard to remember, but I think it was Metropolitan something. So we all got together, and the thing about those girls, those queens, those women, and those butches who came in, woo, they loved one another. And they loved the community. In fact, they were always giving. And I caught the fire. I caught the bug. I started to give too. And you might ask, how could you give when you have so little? Don't you know you need some? You better hold some of that back. But then I realized from these angels of God that God will provide all of our needs. There's no fear with God. If you see a need that's out there, go on and give it. Go on and provide it. You'll get more. Let God use you as an angel. And that I understood that to be true because I reflected on Miss Ruth Ellis and the love that she gave and provided to me in my time of need. And so I caught the bug and I started to give. And I started to give. And I started to give. And one day we were giving to some charity, I don't recall now which. And I was out, I volunteered to go get some more poster boards. And that's when I heard the sirens. That's when I heard the screams. That's when I realized our beloved place was on fire. How horrible. How horrible! Who would do such a thing? Are we that wretched that our lives are worth nothing? Oh, Lord. What a day. What a tragic, tragic day. I didn't know if I could go on. I didn't know if this life that I was living was worth it. In fact, I felt like giving up myself until God sent another angel. God sent another angel to minister to us in our tragic loss and in our grief. In the Right Reverend Troy Perry. This prophet came, and I call him a prophet because the words just rang like music. At a time I didn't want to hear any music. There was no joy. There was no sunshine. But he encouraged us. And he reminded us that even in the midst of horrible tragedy and horrible violence, that although they may try to kill our bodies, they can never kill our spirits. He encouraged us not to stare at the darkness, but to recognize that those individuals don't define who we are. They don't know, they don't understand, they don't care. Do not live your life waiting for their approval, waiting for acceptance. It may or may not ever come. But you have one job to do, and that is simply to remember. Remember who you are. Remember that you are a being of light. You are a being of purity. Purity? Purity. Because God is all pure, and God is all light. And God shares that purity and that light and wraps it up and deposit it into each and every one of us. I learned a lesson that day. I learned a lesson that day. I had grown up. In fact, I had come out yet again. I had shed those clothes of fear and insecurity. I had shed those clothes of self-doubt and criticism. I realized who I am. And who I am is beautiful. Fabulous and fierce. When times get rough and tough, we're not promised that this world will yield peace and prosperity. But what we are promised is that that light of goodness and purity is a constant. It will always remain. And so, when I see the girls walking or strolling down the avenue, or when they come into the club, and I can see they're throwing shade at one another, you can throw shade, but then when you know that there's bitterness behind it. I remember a story that Miss Ruth Ellis taught me. Baby, don't you allow bitterness to bubble up inside of you. Because bitterness is a poison. A poison that will kill you from the inside out. So, I refuse to allow this bitterness and the troubles of this world to snuff out my light. And I see these girls coming, and I see them sad and dejected. And I see them watching the television news. And I hear tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. And you wonder, how can you smile? How can you get up? How can you go on? Oh, honey, it's not easy. I don't pretend like it is. But when I feel that bitterness bubbling up inside, I remember the words of my mother, Miss Ruth Ellis, who told me not to let it to consume me. And that prophet Troy Perry, I got encouragement to say, how can you continue to show that light to other people who are in darkness? How can you give encouragement to those who have no encouragement? How can you sit in silence with people who are sobbing through their tears? How can you give comfort to those who have gone through tragedy? Oh, this is not false. It is not fake like these. What this is truth. It's reality. It is something for us to hang our hats on or our wigs. Because there's a God who encourages us to fly. And I see that same spirit in others. I see it in others who stand together, who organize. One last thing. that the prophet Troy Perry shared with me. After that tragedy in New Orleans, I asked him, Prophet, do you think this was a punishment for who we are? Do you think God was upset that we chose to worship in a bar? And I still feel his hands on my face as he grabbed me and said, you need to understand the difference between what is secular and what is spiritual. There are people who run around feeling like whole cathedrals, that's the spirit. That's not the spirit. What the spirit is, it's inside. So, honey, wherever you go, you bring spirituality. So whether you dancing, whether you're protesting, whether you are worshiping in the grandest cathedral, or whether you're out on the street giving bread to those in need, everything you do is either going to be bitterness or spirit. And let your spirit soar. Let it fly free. 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 Let it fly free.
Let it fly. Free. All right, Miss Sam, all right.
Just dance. Everything's gonna be all right.
notes. There is online giving. Yes, there is. You need to go to that app. Yeah, you need to push that little menu on the side there. And there is online giving for every single service that has been here so that you can take your choice. Although, today, this is a very special offering, dear to my heart, because this is for the Council of Elders Fund. Now, the Council of Elders in the UFMCC is that body authorized by the General Conference to serve in a pastoral role and direct the spiritual life of the fellowship. That's what the MCC bylaws say in Article 5E3 lines 445 to 446. That's what's on paper. A few words to describe a very big job. Yes. And I'm telling you, I've been around MCC a little while. And the Council of Elders has been always there for us. Oh, yes. Always there in front of us. Always there leading us. You know, we started out with 5 elders back in 1969. 5 elders. And we expanded to 3, and that's when we brought in our first woman elder, yes? Woo! Reverend Elder Frida Smith. And in those early days, the elders worked constantly, as the changing need of the fellowship and the world was constantly upon us. And they gave a good and a simple message that God loves us just the way we are, back then and still now. And there is one time in our history. Now, this is not the first time we've faced controversy. Oh, no. This is not the first time that MCC has faced we don't know what. 8 years, my friends, oh my. And the elders were there. The elders were there leading us, standing in front of us, courageous. And we needed them then. And then there was the National Council of Churches, oh yes. The department of, we called it, the Department of Ecumenical Relations, led by co-directors, Nancy Wilson and William DeBaugh. Now see, they applied for membership, in the National Council of Churches. And it culminated in 12 years with a vote, 90 to 81, to just not do anything. Right? They just said, we're not going to do anything. So what do you think we did? We got our mad on. That's what we did. Our own Reverend Nancy Wilson led a demonstration where she, along with other MCCers and faith communities, seized the microphone. And they blasted the NCC and the church writ large for its ongoing oppression of and God's infinite love for LGBT persons. You know what? At one point, our Nancy, she said, shouted into the microphone, "It's easier to get into heaven than the National Council of Churches." Oh yes, the story of our MCC elders is one of courage and grit and commitment and yes, spine-chilling heroism. Yes. And they expanded by 7 this year. They expanded by 7 and they need our help. They need our help to go out with this freedom that we're celebrating today, to go out into the world and give this message everywhere. They need our help. It is our time. It is our time to say thank you to the Council of Elders for all the decades that they've been, all the generations that they've known, all the times that they've supported us, and then all those humdrum moments of denominational business that they had to throw in at the same time. So it's time. I want you to get out your checkbooks. I want you to get out your wallets. I want you to get out your app. You can pay with a credit card, with PayPal, and give generously. Give from the heart to a people who have and who deserve our love and affection always. And by the way, they're all here. If you see them, give them a big MCC hug. Amen.
Agora, querida. Aí. Agora, querida, é hora de todos vocês darem as vossas ofertas.
Now, honey, it's time for you all to fly ourselves to give to our offering.
As cestas para as ofertas estarão na parte da frente. Mova-se de onde você estiver.
The offering baskets will be at the front. Move it up from wherever you are.
Ou nós iremos até você se você não é capaz de vir até a frente. Apenas levante a mão.
Or we'll come to you if you're not able to come to the front. Just raise your hand.
No entanto, você opta por doar. Apenas tenha certeza de que seu coração está livre para voar. Então, você poderá estar livre para amar.
However you choose to give, just be sure that part of yours is free to fly, so you can be free to love.
All right, hold on. I'm going to get some announcements out the way so you can keep on dancing, all right? All right, number one, sign up at the Worship Design Studio table to receive all the full scripts of all the worship services and join the worship team and myself in Carson Hall at 3:30 p.m. to learn about how to take all this sensory-rich worship home with you, not me. I'm not taking it home. Home with you to your church. Also, in Carson Hall today at 3 p.m., there will be a vigil, so please join us. Reverend Nancy Wilson's book signing happens at 4 p.m. this afternoon. T-shirts are on sale. Please get them now before you go home. Don't forget to wear your badges while you're on the hotel grounds. We're grateful for a generous donor who gave us $100,000 and has challenged us to match it before October 6th. All our general conference offerings are going to count towards the goal of raising an additional $200,000. And tomorrow we will take an offering just for this matching gift. So help us meet or exceed our goal by prayerfully considering what you might want to give tonight. For all churches that have offered the Creating a Life That Matters curriculum, CLM is gifting you with a beautiful certificate of appreciation signed by Reverend Elder Nancy Wilson, Reverend Elder Mona West, Reverend Elder Ken Martin, Reverend Joe Bell, and Cheryl Meyer. So please have a representative from your church pick your certificate up at the CLM booth directly outside the southeast doors of the hall. And finally, get your dancing shoes on tonight. Change your shoes because your feet are sweaty right now. Mine are. Get your dancing shoes on tonight for tonight's closing reception. The reception will be catered and we'll have a cash bar. And music will be provided by our very own DJ Janine.
What up, DJ 9?
Last announcement, if anybody lost a hotel room card, please see me. I have it. All right, let's continue
God bless
dancing.
you, MCC. Thanks for dancing with us today. Give it up for our mistresses of ceremonies. And M Butterfly, you're beautiful. Give it up for DJ J9. Now let's see you dance.
Children, first, before we fly to dance, we have to give thanks. We have to give praise to the one who gifted us with the light inside. And so I encourage you the way I was encouraged. When you see those who have hearts that are downcast, when you see those who are just angry and they cannot take it anymore, stand in solidarity with them. Let them know they are not alone. But also let them know, do not allow bitterness to bubble up inside of you. Because you were created more. You were created more than just to throw shade, honey. You were created to show love and to fly free. Let's dance, y'all. Let's dance. Bring the spirit into this place.
turn.